Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back. This week the girls are going back to school, and when I pulled my insight card for this week, I pulled the word balance. Of course, the word for this week was balance. So I just have so much stuff going on right now with the launch of my Addie Mail coming up this September, the kids going back to school, still being a stay-at-home mom, of course, with the two littles, being a wife, and everything else in between. There's just a lot that goes on. Like, sometimes it's really hard not to get overwhelmed or get into a funk or just, get into these spaces because there's just so much going on. So I feel like balance probably couldn't have been any better of a word. And I'm sorry if it's loud. It's trash day and I can hear the trash can. I can hear the trash man driving around. So if you can hear the trash man driving around too, my bad. But I just think that right now at this point, this couldn't be a more perfect reminder to really just balance out your time, whether that's scheduling things in or out, or doing less of something and more of something else, or whatever that really means for you. Balance is what makes us complete and what makes things whole, Just my little tidbit for you. Whatever you have going on right now, whether it is in your personal life or work, or whether you need to learn how to balance all of it, let's kind of go on this journey together and let's balance. So one of the things that I did to basically try to help myself out with balancing the stuff that I have to do is I changed some stuff on the open side of our fridge to make a little command center. So I went to Walmart and I bought a dry erase board, and just FYI, because it's back to school season right now, Walmart has some of the cutest stuff, in their section where they have home decor and towels. I mean, literally probably any section that they have right now for college students, but you can find some really good deals on some super cute stuff that probably wouldn't normally be as inexpensive as it is right now. So if you're looking for maybe some really cute, trendy kind of stuff, inexpensive, definitely hit up a Walmart right now while it's back to school season. But anyways, I bought a dry erase board. I really liked it because it has the gold trim around the outside. So I basically just cleaned up the area, which you guys, if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that this particular area of the kitchen always seems to be the dumping ground for everything. And I've tried several different things, and I think I've just realized that with anything that I try, it's going to be a sort of constant effort to make sure that it stays looking nice and neat and, tidied up. And I'm gonna a white wire basket. I got this at Walmart, but I actually had it long before right now. It's been in the girls' room, I think, and so I decided I can sit it up onto the counter so we can put any mail, or the kids can put their school papers in there when they come home from school, or just really anything that needs to be seen can kind of get stored nice and neat in the basket that is there on the counter. And then what I did here was I just put the dry erase board up onto the refrigerator, and I basically am thinking I'm going to use this for just keeping track of things like appointments and stuff. I haven't really written anything on it yet, but I'll probably maybe divide it in half and perhaps do like a weekly calendar or our meal plan or something. But the idea is it's there and it's ready for any information that needs to go there. It's in a very central location. Obviously, everybody has to go into the kitchen, so anybody that needs anything, when I put it up on the board, they'll be able to see it very clearly, and it's all right there. This down here is what I was telling you guys I did for the kids, and this is for them to earn their screen time. And so I saw this idea on Pinterest, and I think it really struck a chord with me because this summer my big girls have spent a lot of time on their devices and on different sorts of social media like Musical.ly and Snapchat and things like that, and honestly it was really getting on my nerves. So of course, like, nobody wants to be like the bad mom, right, who says that they can't use their stuff at all, but on top of that, I'm also not gonna pretend like I'm a mom that doesn't give a shit about what my kids are doing, because I do. So basically, I saw this idea on Pinterest, and I thought it would be a really good way to not only get them to do their chores and do them with a little sense of, like, you know, I give a crap, like I want to do this. I mean, who wants to do chores? But at least pretend like you do, right? There are some kids who really just knock their chores out, like boom, 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 done with my chores, ready for the day. Not my kids. So this has been a really big helper, and more than anything, I think that it's a good reminder that, you know, you gotta work for the things that you want. You know, just because they're kids doesn't mean that they just afford the luxury to sit around and do nothing all summer long. And I understand it's summer vacation, they're getting ready to go back to school, they're just taking a break, but I'm sorry, when you break down the day and 24 hours in a day and you spend about, I'm gonna even go ahead and be nice and say that they spend 10 of that sleeping, with 14 hours left in the day, what I don't wanna see as a mother is my kids sitting on their phones and on social media and playing games for 13 or 14 out of those hours. So basically what this did was broke down chores, broke it up into points, and then they have to earn a certain amount of points every day in order to get their screen time. So now I've put the choice on them, and they can choose to not do any chores and not get to use phones or watch TV or do those things that they would normally sit around doing, or they can wake up, they can bust out their business, handle it, and have up to 4 hours of screen time every day. I'm not going beyond 4 hours of screen time. I think that 4 hours is more than enough time to sit in front of your phone, and I think that if you let, and I'm not even gonna say kids, y'all, because let's keep it real, there are times when you know that you went on social media to do something and an hour has passed by and you're like, dang, I better get off the phone. You know, same crap, you know, but for little kids, you know, I'm an adult. So if I choose to waste my time and be unproductive by sitting on social media like all day long, that's my business. But you know, I'm not gonna let my kids do it. But anyway, so this is their sheet, and this has their points on it. So the total point value changes from day to day, and it's been kind of high during this last week because, you know, I want them to get in the hang of it, and I want them to start, number one, doing their math and understanding how to add those different chores up. But because they're here all day, and you know what, they're gonna help me out around the house. But when they go back to school, of course, the point value will be lower because they'll be at school half the day, they'll have homework, and so, you know, I don't want them to not be able to use their devices. I just want them to earn it and appreciate the time that they do spend on their devices. Then we move over to the next thing, which is just a little dry erase sheet all by itself, and it's basically just like a little weekly planner. I sent these out in my first batch of Addie Mail. I think that people really liked them. And so I've been using it a little bit, just the meal planning section of it. Now that I have the big dry erase board, I probably won't use this little tiny one. This is more like a desk daily planner probably, so I may move this out of the way, but for now I can put our meals into here, whatever we're having for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the day. just a little mini makeover to the outside of our fridge. I think that the area looks cute, but I hope, aside from the fact that, you know, I was trying to make it fit in with the decor so that it made sense. I really didn't want a bunch of stuff on that side of the refrigerator, but I think that this makes sense, and I think that it looks decent enough that it's not like clashing completely with, you know, the decor, what we have going on inside of the house. But I am really hoping that this will be useful and beneficial to myself as well as to everybody in the house, so that we can sort of balance everything that we have going on in life at this current moment. I thank you guys for stopping by and watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. If you are new here, hi, my name is Addie. Welcome to Growing with the Greens. We have so many videos on this channel, so feel free to take a look around at any of our other videos. And if you like what you see, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and come be my favorite friend. Come on. Okay, I'm just kidding. Anyways, you guys, that's gonna be it for this video. I am going to catch you guys in my next video. So yeah, bye guys.